Hello, Supercars in Seconds here with possibly the most luxurious vehicle that's ever been offered on sale. Let's take a look at the Phantom 8 Extended. So the 8th iteration of the Phantom with the extended body. So if you look how long the front window is there compared to the rear window, she's 8.5 inches longer than the standard car. The overall length, 236 inches. Let me say that another way. That's 20 feet. The biggest difference from the regular one, and I will talk about that on the drive now, is that 149 inches between those monster wheels. The wheels themselves are 22 inch in diameter, and they still look rather small on this enormous car. It is a fabulous experience inside and the ultimate in luxury. There's lots of other great cars. The big Maybach is very beautiful and so on. But as far as quality and weight and the way this thing feels, she's almost 5,900 pounds here. It really feels incredible to drive. And the quality again of everything, it's all metal, leather, chrome. There's not much plastic involved in the whole process. Let's take a look at this unbelievable engine. So behind the Spirit of Ecstasy, look at this thing. Gosh, 6.75 litre, 12-cylinder twin turbo. It seems to be lower in the car than it is in the Ghost, because again, the vehicle is very tall. She's nearly 66 inches tall, so it's a big car. Right up the front, it should say there, 6.75 litre V12. In this, guys, 563 horsepower, but 664 pounds of torque, 900 Newton meters of torque. And that's what you feel in a Rolls. You're not getting that sort of super high revving engine. Revs rather low, actually, but what you feel is that immediate torque. It's driving the rear wheels, but four-wheel steering on the car to help us get around the corners. Let me see if I can show you that four-wheel steering working. So look at this thing coming towards me. I mean, like I said, it gives good rear view mirror. The headlights look like big sunglasses. The interlocked R logo. Look now, watch this wheel. See, the RR's not moving. Now it's going to rotate. Can you see it's twisted in? How crazy is that? Amazing. It helps shrink the length of this 236 inches into a much smaller length. As he locks the other direction, you'll see them unlock. Very impressive. When Phantom comes up behind you on the road, there's no mistaking it for something else. Let's take a look inside this lovely car. Look at this paintwork again. Look at this. Hello. Just incredible. So we'll do the front of him. Let me open up the back door here. Look at this. Oh my God, it's enormous. The door itself is just massive. I'll put my hand on it to try and give you an idea of scale of how huge this door is. Obviously all big leather panels all the way down. The dark blue to match the exterior, and this is called Arctic White. It's a very pure white. The 18-speaker audio and so on. Little 12-volt power in the door and so on. You can make that an ashtray if you wish. Cool heating and cooling for each rear seat passenger. And this is one of my favorite options. If I push this little button right here, we do have electric curtains. And I can also do the other door. There we go. Look at that. And then the last button is the big one behind the seats there for you as well. I've got control of that one in the front as well. So if you drive in the car, you can open the rear one while you're driving. It's really funny just sitting here. I feel small inside the car. It's so enormous. If you look behind me, I don't know if you can see just how far back it is to that rear headrest. It's about 5 feet from this headrest to that headrest. So think about that. If your legs are stretched out, you're 3.5, 4 feet. Let's say if you're tall, I'm right at 6 feet. And I can stretch out completely and can't touch the seat in front. I'd appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Please be a part of the channel. We're having fun in this episode with the big Rolls, but I've also done loads of supercars, hence the name of the channel. And give me a comment. Let me know what you think of this car. Would you get a Ghost? Would you want the great big long car as a chauffeur car? What would you get if you were buying a Rolls-Royce? The scale of the vehicle is difficult to describe. I'm not going to climb in because she's so clean and so beautiful right now, but everything's chrome. Look, it's all metal. The tracks that the seat runs in, the vent coming out of the floor. This Arctic white leather again with the lovely head restraints, all soft. The roof, The ceiling there almost has that spirit, what do they call that? Starlight headliner. Really cool. Chrome around the lights up in the roof. Really an incredible experience to be inside. A lovely touch on the rear of the seat is this beautiful black to match the rest of the car, the piano black finish around the back of the seat there on both sides. But I got a little button here. If I push this little chrome button in, it'll open up this for me and show us our television behind that, which of course you control down in the center console. You see all your seating controls here. If I just push on this little button, it opens up the display and the controller, and I can choose left or right in here and then control everything, set a navigation destination and everything from the rear. All the modern Rolls cars since 2004 are very social cars. What I mean is the padding goes all the way around the side there. So if you think about it, you could put your back against that and face this passenger and enjoy a nice conversation because your head is so far back behind the door. Lots of volume controls and door closers up there, those little buttons on the side, because of course it's so far out to reach the door handle, you could never get to it. The Phantom door handle isn't down here, it's a channel actually to close the door up here, but again, you're better off using the closer. Of course, as you imagine, since 04 still has the lovely umbrellas in the doorpost, it's actually a carbon fiber shaft inside the umbrella, and a Teflon coating so you can put the umbrella away wet and it will drain down through the panel. A lovely click as it goes back in. Really just quality. I think this shows the difference from its competitors. If I bash on these panels, there's just no movement, no sway, no creak, no nothing. It's really incredibly solid. And again, I'll put my hand on here as a perspective of how enormous this rear door is. Quality beyond quality. So the beautiful keys have the same leather as the car on the back of the key, and then you have the Rolls-Royce badge, same as on the trunk and on the grille, to lock the car. The little triangle, I don't know if you can see the little triangle above, unlocks the car, and the little square opens the trunk. So I'll push the little square here and that'll open up our enormous trunk. Just goes for miles, so far back in there. Look, incredible. The owner's manual is here. It is the same Arctic white leather that the rest of the car has, the overlapped R logo there, and then owner's manual Phantom. It's the same color leather that the car has inside. Close trunk back down. I have an image of a Rolls-Royce, just super cool. Push on that and I'll step away to watch that big trunk close down. All right, so let's climb inside again. With that beautiful leather work on the doors, just magnificent. Speaker grills, etc. On the seat controls itself, you have the forward to backward headrest. If I push it upwards, that moves the headrest up and down. Your lumbar support here, seat base up and down, back and forth. And this one's cool. It pushes the front part of the seat, extends it underneath your thighs. Just gives a very comfortable look. I can't tell you, I don't know if you can see how much I can squash this bolster. Just the finest leathers in a super soft finish. Such an enormous car, the door handle's miles away. That's the handle up in the top there. However, up under the dash, I've shown this before, but I have a driver's door, passenger door. Push and hold that, and it will close the door for me. So looking through the windshield there, just a beautiful view. This has a matte silver wrap actually on the bonnet, very beautiful. And the Spirit of Ecstasy stood up tall there. Seems to be a bigger Spirit than it might be on the Ghost. I'll have to research that and see if it is. Leather everything. Really cool that there's no stitching visible on the steering wheel. It's just tucked into a little channel there, all the way around the top of the rim of the wheel. And it's very thin, taking us back to sort of clouds and silver clouds and stuff from in the 60s. Really rather beautiful. All of the screen up here isn't very nice. That's a screen also. It looks like it might be conventional analog gauges, but they're all digital displays, LED screens inside those displays. This screen is controlled, not touchscreen, because again it's too far away, and it's behind a sheet of glass. So the screen is controlled by pushing this little silver or chrome piece here. It is metal, cold to touch, and the controller comes out. It is a sketch pad to write addresses, phone numbers and stuff on top. And then if I turn it, it does, and I can push it sideways, back and forth, and turn it. If I turn it, it will change the zoom on my navigation screen, so I can just keep going out and out or in and in. Very cool there. I have my vehicle height adjustment here, camera system, and the parking sensors. Around the outside, I have some shortcuts. If I just push menu here on the top, it goes into the menu. Then I turn the wheel side to side to change me amongst the different screens and options and so on. When I find the one I want, I just push down and it goes into that. I'll turn down to map, and now illuminated. I'll push on map and then fills the screen for us. Put the car into gear. I've got the lever on the back of the wheel, little button on the end for park. And you can see, let's have a look. There we go. Reverse, neutral, drive, and low. That sort of holds the gears longer and so on, rather useful. If I pull this towards me and up, it goes into reverse, shown up here in the display. Then my backup camera is on, very high definition, super clear there with trajectory, but also the 360. Now, can you see a little camera here? If I push down on this, it will illuminate other cameras, and then I can go to the side, or I'm going to go the other side, and then I can go looking back at the car. How crazy is this? I can go all the way around it, and I'm going to put it now into drive and go forward and watch the wheels. How does it do that? I love it. I'm not sure if the camera can catch how glossy, look, see the little reflections of how glossy and metallic everything is inside. It's really beautiful. Down in the center console, I have my cup holders that if I just touch it, they close back up. I do have another little storage in front, good for a cell phone down there. All your HVAC AC controls are here. And it's the way to think of this is it's always automatic. So that's a way to think of it. Then I got my temperatures below. This is the passenger, and I've got two. I've got down by your feet here and the higher vents here. So you can have your feet cooler than your upper body, or vice versa. You can have your feet warmer. So really, they've thought about it tremendously. Seat heating, seat cooling, steering wheel heating, and then the same for the driver's side. One lovely detail, again, is very little use of plastic. Everything is wood, leather, and chrome, including, this is the main volume control. I don't know if you can see it has leather wrapped around the rotating dial there. Same on the air conditioning control here. There's the same leather wrapped around the edge of that. In the center console under my elbow, they made it black because that's more practical than the beautiful white. Same on the steering wheel is black, and or dark blue really, and then same on this elbow. So in other words, wherever your elbows touch, it's not that white leather, so it will stay cleaner and require less maintenance. Reaching underneath here, beautiful chrome button, again, all metal. And look at this, no plastic at all, look, it's all, you've got Alcantara under here, a big chrome hinge. Down inside, I do have a wireless charger there, and some USBs and different things for connectivity. And normally, as you know, I'd thrash this now down into Batman's corner, but we're not going to do that today. I think that's not what this car's about. We're going to glide. They call it waftability in a Rolls-Royce, the ability to sail you down the road in maximum comfort. I got the throttle there touched about halfway, and I can feel it on me. I can feel that torque pushing on me there. Already over the limit, but it doesn't feel like that. It is incredibly graceful. I think that's word of the day, is grace for a car like this. The longer car will generally be a driven car, meaning a chauffeur will drive the car and transport you around to your big boat or your jet or wherever you might be headed. It is a fabulous experience. So far as driving Phantom, I got the little camera pointing forward. Now you can see the heads-up display there in front of me, just up here. And what I'll do is, if I put the Spirit of Ecstasy on that white line, do you see I'm lining it up on the white line? That puts me right in the center of the lane. So it's really a nice feeling of control of the car, because she is a big car. This is 2 and 3 feet longer than most executive sedans. 4 feet sometimes longer than more normal cars. That's a lot. That's a lot of difference. She doesn't fit in a regular garage. She does require a bigger space than that. But generally at this price point, a little over 600,000 for this car, you will have a large collection and a nice garage to store the car in anyway. Let's take off down here. And again, I'll go a bit more than half throttle there. Oof. And the nose does come up quite a lot. It does lift the front of the car up. Oh God, what an experience. Almost like an electric car in the way that it sounds, meaning no sound. As I first touched the gas, I could hear the 12-cylinder engine there, just a little brrrr. The 8-speed transmission is seamless. Partly because the transmission is very good, also because of the weight of the car. It takes so much power to sort of adjust and push this car around. Very impressive. So I titled the video, Forget the Jet. And I'm going to give it a good whack here. It wouldn't be a Supercars in Seconds video without launching it. God, very, very impressive. Unbelievable. That was much faster than you think just there. About twice the limit, allegedly. The balance that she has is incredible. I don't mean cornering balance, I mean the way how graceful she stays. And yes, the suspension lift, but comes down gradually. It is a feeling of control that's just beautiful. The big air struts on each corner, 26 inches high and almost 7 inches in diameter. So that suspension of that scale is required to control this enormous body. Again, close to 6,000 pounds. I mean, you're starting to get, close to 3 tons here. It is an unbelievably beautiful car. Yes, it's a chauffeur car, but it's kind of fun to drive too. So I think the chauffeur's going to have some fun while he's transporting his VIPs, that they certainly would be at this price point, from A to B. I don't think there's a more elegant way to travel than an extended Phantom. Well, I appreciate you watching the video. Please consider subscribing. I'd love to hear some comments of what you think about this great big car. It is an incredible experience. Again, the forget the jet idea is I'd rather travel in this thing if it was a shorter distance, maybe across the state, because it is the ultimate arrival. When you show up somewhere in an extended Phantom, the world does stop. Please be a part of the channel. I'll see you again soon. Thank you.